Actually, we call it CIC, Credit Information Company. So every bank is using one rating agency. Either it is using CIBIL or that CRIF Highmark or Experian, right? Or last one is there. One more is there. E, from E only. Do you remember the name? Which are the four agencies? Credit rating agencies. CIBIL, CRIF Highmark, Experian, and last one, there's one more. Which one? Yes? Anyone remembers? Let's see, okay? So it is, basically these are the four agencies who use CIBIL is there, correct? Equifax, that's right, Equifax, that's the right one. So, most of the companies means, in fact, these are the four agencies appointed by RBI, okay? CIBIL, here I'll write it here only, CIBIL. Then, second one is CRIF, Highmark we call it, CRIF, CRIFF, Highmark. This is the actual full name, Highmark. Then Experian, and last one is Equifax. Remember the names. These names are compulsorily to be remembered. Okay, these are compulsory names to be remembered. All the banks use all these four. So here, kindly remember, it's not that you use only one. You use all the four. Every bank has to submit the data to all the four. Okay. So, what is credit scoring basically? Here, whenever you take a loan and you repay it correctly, very correctly, EMIs are correctly paid. In that case, what happens? Your credit scoring means what? You are a good customer. So your credit score becomes high. The reverse is also true. If you take the loan and don't repay it, then you will be treated as a bad customer. So bad means what? Your credit score will go down. So credit score is nothing but whether you are good or bad customer. Whether you repay the loans on time or whether you don't repay. That is what is checked in credit score. Okay. The interest rate charged to the customer depends on the risk perception of the customer by the banks. Means what? How does the bank feel? Whether this customer is safe customer or unsafe. If some customer is safe customer, then you'll charge him lower rate of interest. Let's say 8%. If some customer is unsafe customer, the rating is less, credit score is less, then you'll charge him extra 2%. So you'll charge him 10%. For normal customer, you'll charge 8%. For others, you'll charge, unsafe customer, you'll charge 10%. Now this credit scoring depends on what? We are having this topic. Further we'll see. Okay. The risk perception is different for different borrowers. Ideally should be determined from the credit history. Now what do you mean by credit history? Credit history means how many loans have I taken, how many have I repaid. Okay? Yeah. Correct, Kaveshwari. How many loans have I taken, how many have I repaid, how many have I defaulted. Okay? So that is the meaning. Suppose if you have repaid it on time, then it means you are a good customer. Okay? Your CIBIL score will be high. Now what do you mean by high? That we'll see. We are having all the numbers, high, low, lowest CIBIL score, highest CIBIL score, all of them. Okay. The lending bank can judge how good a borrower can be by sourcing the credit score from different agencies. Okay. So bank will basically check how good that customer is. After you get this rating from the agencies, all the agencies will give the ratings. Okay. Now this is very good statement given in your book also. Alan Greenspan. Okay. We should note for yet that the basic economic function that these regulated entities, banks, is to take a risk. So what is the function of bank? Function of bank is to take the risk. If we minimize the risk taking in order to reduce the failure rates to zero, we will by definition have eliminated the purpose of banking system. Means what? What is the purpose of bank? Why do we exist? As a bank, why do we exist? What is our job? Our job is to take the deposit at a lower rate and give the loans at a higher rate. So giving the loan means taking the risk. Suppose if I say, no, loans are risky, there can be NPAs, so I don't give the risk. I don't give the loans. Then why am I doing this business? Am I only deposit taking agency? No. Right? So the purpose of banking is defeated if I don't give the loans, if I don't take the risk. Okay? That's what Alan Greenspan meant. Credit score takes a look at the customer's credit report and through advanced analysis turns the information into a 3-digit number which represents the risk associated with a particular customer transaction. Okay, means it's a 3-digit number. What is this 3-digit number? 3-digit number means it starts from 300. Minimum is 300. Maximum is 900. 300 and 900. Okay. Good customer rating. Now it depends on bank to bank. It depends on bank to bank. I might say in one bank that 800 is a good score. Some other bank might say 700 is a good score. Some other bank might say 600 is a good score. So it depends on bank to bank. What is your risk appetite? These NBFCs you see now, various NBFCs are there. All of them give loans to customers having the CIBIL rating of 600 and 500. Even 500 they give the loans. Whereas in our banks, we don't give the loan below 600. Generally. That is also very rare. We generally give the loans up to 700 only. 700 is considered as a good CIBIL score. Okay? The higher the score, lesser is the risk of the consumer's account becoming overdue. Means the higher the score, the better is the customer, because the customer will not be NPA, isn't it? So that is the meaning. All of you are having the PDF, correct? All of you are having the PDF and all are in the WhatsApp group? Everyone? Are all of you having the PDF? If not, kindly tell me. All of you are having the PDF? Yes, no? Yeah. If you are not having, kindly tell me. I'll share it with you. Okay? And all of you should be there in the WhatsApp group also. Okay? Yeah. Chalo, move on then. Okay? The higher the score, the better is the customer. Now, what is a good score? Now, this is big theory, but again, I'll give you very simple, with a simple logic. Every borrower seeks to lower the interest rate, every lender the highest. Means, what does every customer want? Every customer wants lower interest rate. What does every bank want? Every bank wants higher rate of interest. The return lender means bank, seeks factors in apart from his profit, the risk. So whenever you give a loan to anyone, so your rate of interest will include what? See here, your rate of interest, ROI, will always include two parts. One is profit. What is the profit you want? Plus, second part is required is risk. What is the risk? Okay? So two things will be included, profit and a risk. If any customer is having a good credit score, this risk will be less. So your rate of interest will be less. Right? The risk perception is different for different borrowers and ideally should be determined from the credit history, loan history. It should be determined from the loan history. Okay. A score more than 700 is considered excellent. Score more than 800 is considered excellent again. So keep it simple. 700 is considered as a good customer, a good score. This is considered as a good score. And 800 is considered as an excellent score. 800 is considered as excellent. How many of you have checked your own CIBIL scores? How many of you have checked your own CIBIL scores? Good evening. Actually, you are not there in the WhatsApp group. Okay. How many of you have checked your own CIBIL score? Anyone has checked? Good evening. Kindly get your own CIBIL score checked because I'll tell you what happens. We bankers do everything for everyone. We don't do ourselves. Right? So our own CIBIL score needs to be checked. Kindly note. And it should be maintained properly. Okay? It should be maintained properly. Got it? Chalo, move on. So, a good CIBIL score means 700 and excellent CIBIL score is 800 and above. Credit scoring model. The scoring model by CIBIL TransUnion employees. Now this is a company name, CIBIL TransUnion. I'll show you the report also. Employs multiple attributes including credit utilization, payment history. Two things are important over here. Credit utilization and payment history. Credit utilization means, what do you mean by this? Now this question comes in exam. How much credit is being used by the customer? How much loan is used by the customer? Means what? If a customer could borrow rupees 1 lakh, but is actually borrowing rupees 50,000 only, then the customer is a safe customer, isn't it? Means I am eligible to borrow 1 lakh, but I am borrowing only 50,000. It means what? I don't require the money. It means I am having my own money. It means I am a safe customer. Okay? So this question comes in exam. Okay? If any customer is able to borrow, let's say 1 crore, but that customer is borrowing only 50 lakhs, then what does it mean? That customer is a safe customer. Okay? It means that the customer is not over leveraging. Over leveraging. Over leveraging means what? Too many loans. See this, over leveraging. Too many loans. The customer is not having too many loans. Okay? Payment history. It includes whether there has been a default. So utilization means how much loan is can be sanctioned to you and how much you are using. Payment history. It means how many defaults you have made or whether you have repaid on time. Okay? Now you'll say something if sometimes happens, then what? If there has been a default, then on how many accounts it has defaulted. Okay, how many accounts means how many times? How many times the customer has defaulted? How many times the customer has defaulted? And for how many days? By how much? All these words are very important. How many days? By how much? Okay? A good repayment history can offset the blemish of default due to unforeseen reasons. Means what? Sometimes, see here, once a default might happen. Means many a times it happens that you don't know. Something happens and once or twice the default happens. So that is okay. That is adjusted. Okay? But if it's a regular feature, then there's a problem. Credit utilization. High the number of inquiries, application of the additional credit lines, unnecessary and frequent shopping for credit, or too many new accounts can be considered as an indicator of over-hungry customer and can impact the score negatively. Very important line. What do you mean by over-hungry customer? Over-hungry means what? This customer is over-hungry customer doesn't mean related to food. Okay, over hungry. It means the customer is over hungry for loans. Okay, so it is very bad. If some customer is constantly going for loans, then it's that customer is very risky, isn't it? Yeah. No, shopping for credit. See this, shopping for credit. Shopping doesn't mean shopping. Shopping for credit means going this loan, that loan, that loan, 1,000 loans I am taking. So that is risky. That is meant by shopping for loans. Okay. So next, a credit score is a statistical analysis of the person's past credit dealings and represents his credit discipline. Right? Credit score will reflect what? It will represent a credit discipline. Discipline means whether you have maintained the properly, whether you are repaying the credit properly or not. The credit score is assessed based on the dealings in the credit products like home loans, auto loans, credit cards, personal loans, overdrafts. So all your personal loans which you are taking, or consumer loans which you are taking, retail loans which you are taking, your CIBIL score is always based on that. Okay, even if you take some CC also, CIBIL score will be related to that also. So credit score means what? Your past history. Now this is all known to you. Managing the credit score, payment defaults. So if you have lower payment defaults, then it will be good, isn't it? Number of days for which it is overdue. Suppose if you have some default and immediately you repay it, then it's not considered as default. Okay? How much account is overdue and will affect the credit rating. Suppose if your EMI gets bounced and you pay within 7 days, then that is not considered as overdue. Okay? Trade attributes. Credit score is also affected by the age of the line of the credit, type of the line of the credit, mix of various lines of credit. Now, what do you mean by all these words? See this, age of line of credit. If my loan is older one, I have taken one home loan and I am regularly repaying it. Okay? I am regularly repaying it. So it means what? If I have taken a home loan and regular, so it means I am a good customer. Type of line of credit. What do you mean by type of line? What is the loan which I am taking? Am I taking consumer loans too much? Consumer means what? Loan for TV, loan for fridge, loan for bike, loan for this, loan for means for my own personal consumption. If some customer is taking consumer loans too much, then it means it's a risky customer. Mix of various lines of credit. What a mix? What do you mean by mix? Mix means what? Lines of credit. Am I taking credit card? Am I taking consumer loan? Am I taking LAS? Am I taking some other loan? All the types of loans. Okay. A history of consistent repayment of various types of credit will improve the score. Okay. So consistent repayment, if it is there, then definitely you will get a higher rating, isn't it? Yeah. Nowadays mobile is available. Mobile on loans. I am seeing the ads. Purchase mobile on loan. Why should I purchase mobile on loan? If I don't have that much capacity, I'll buy a lower version. But people do purchase. Nowadays, even the mobiles are what? This Pro, that Pro, this Max. Mobile is costing 1,50,000. I saw someday that mobile is costing 1,50,000. This what? iPhone Pro, I think so. Pro Max, something. What is that? 16, 17,000 numbers are there. Right? So, correct. Means, I don't understand. Why should you purchase such 160,000? My God, 160K, 1,60,000 mobile? I don't understand any logic behind such high purchases. If you have capacity, if you are having huge money, then it's okay. But buying it on loan is not worth. I don't feel it's right. After all, it's a personal view, everyone's, isn't it? So nowadays, various lines of credit. Yeah, people are taking. I have seen this. Majority of the iPhones are taken on loan only. Majority of the iPhones. Why? Just to show. And this thing I've seen a lot. Just to show I am having iPhone. Who cares? Who cares you are having iPhone or you are having a Nokia phone? Isn't it? Who cares? As far as you do your work properly, nobody cares about what phone you are having, what bike you are having, what car you are having. Okay? Correct? Be simple, have a simple life. That's always better. See here, your life is between the needs and the wants. Kindly understand. All our life moves between needs and wants. Needs means what? Basic necessities. Basic. You require a phone, mobile phone. So that is a need. You require iPhone Pro, 1,60,000. That is a want. So if you go on wants, your life will never be satisfied at any time. Having a car is a need, but having a Mercedes Benz is a want. Having food is a need, but having pizza burger constantly is a want. So life should always be based on needs and not on wants. Understand this. Life should always be based on needs and not on wants, because wants are unlimited. You will never end. Never end. Okay? Yeah. Correct. Kaveshri, Jeetlal. Your wants will never end. You are having 1 BHK flat, you will feel no, that is now very smaller one, 2 BHK. You are having 2 BHK, you will feel 3 BHK. You will feel bungalow. It will never end. You are having one car, you will say no, I want two cars now. One for my wife, one for my this, that. What is this? Life should be based on needs and not wants. Okay? Chalo. Yeah. So move on. So positive side of the credit score. What is the positive side? This already we have discussed. Evidence of financial discipline. If I am paying it regularly, it's good. Once or twice default is made. This is called as aberrations. Aberrations means what? Aberrations means once or twice something happened. Some family problem I had, some financial problem I had. Once or twice it happens. Repayment is bounced. So that is considered okay. But only once or twice. If it's a regular feature, then you have a problem. What are the warning signs? Craving for credit, too much credit. I want this loan also, that loan also, this, that, 1,000 loans. Frequent and unnecessary shopping for credit. Here, shopping for credit, loans. Several new accounts. Again, new loans. Many new loans I am doing it. Okay? Can be taken as a sign of over-hungry. There is not a good mix of credit. What do you mean by mix of credit? See here, mix of credit means what? There are two types of mix of credit. Number one, if I am a salaried person, understand this, if I am a salaried person and I am doing what? I am taking a CC from the bank. So if I am a salaried person, why do I need a CC? I should not need a CC. CC is for whom? Business persons. Isn't it? So this is called a mix of credit, not a good mix of credit. Okay? Or I am having too many loans. Fridge loan, TV loan, car loan, this loan. That is also considered as a bad mix of credit. Okay? Inquiries for credit score are of two types. Kindly note. One is soft inquiry, second is hard inquiry. Now this question is asked in exam. Soft and hard. Soft means what? Inquiry done by the customer. Customer himself checks the credit score. If you check your own credit score, once in a year, it has been made free by RBI now. Okay? Once in a year, every agency should give you the credit score for free without charging. Okay? That is called a soft inquiry. If you check it yourself, then the credit score does not change. Now second, hard inquiry. If your bank or some credit card company constantly checks your score, then it means it's a hard inquiry. Means what? That bank is planning to give you some loan. It means you are applying for some loan with some bank. So there your credit score will get changed. Kindly note. Okay? So understand the meaning of soft and hard inquiry. Okay? Soft is done by the person, hard is done by the bank. You can call it simply bank. What are the mistakes in credit scoring? One, confusion in names. Ramesh Kumar. See this. Devashish. Debashish. If I go to Kolkata, they call it Devashish, they call it as Debashish. So again mistake. Ashish. If you come to South India or mid India, you call him Ashish. If you go to UP, they call him Ashish Kumar. So what does it mean? So same person, names are changing. Okay? Okay, so Devashish, Debashish, confusion in names. Or even simple. Same person, same name means one name, many persons can be there. Suppose if I say what Rajesh, something Rajesh Meena, there would be 1,000 names with Rajesh Meena, say 1,000 persons. So what will you do in that case? So this is known as confusion in names. But there's a solution to this. Kindly note. Nowadays everything is linked to Aadhaar. So even if the person is having the same name, okay, two persons are having the same name. So if you link it to Aadhaar, then the confusion is very less. Okay. So there can be lakhs of names of similar types. So if one person takes the loan and all his data is transferred to others' file, then it's a problem. To solve this, we have Aadhaar linkage, right? Human input error. Again, this is the main problem in the banks also. Input error means the inputter, the banker, does a mistake. While inputting in the system, the banker does some wrong name, put some wrong name. So this will create a problem. You see, this problem happens in many of the passbooks also. The one who had inputted it while account opening, he had that's A, he had made E had made A, something like this. So this is human input error. But this needs to be solved. Okay, that's why we have 4I principle. What is 4I principle? 4I principle means every transaction will be checked by 4 eyes. Means what? Two persons. Okay, two persons. That's why we call it 4I principle. Identity theft. This is also a major problem. Identity theft means what? Many times you have that is called as card cloning. Cloning of cards. Means what? Cloning of cards. Now see this. This problem has created much of the problems in the banking industry. You go to the hotel, okay, you eat, and then while paying the bill, you give the card to that waiter. That waiter swipes that card in that machine and brings back. Now what happens? While swiping into the machine, he will have another machine. Okay? He will have another machine. Unofficial, illegal machine. In that also he will swipe that card. In that what happens? Once that card is swiped in that other machine, then all your details are known to that hacker. That hacker will create another card, and then with that card, another card, he can definitely rob all your money, isn't it? Have you seen this on the cards? Have you seen it? All of you have seen these cards? Yes? Have you seen that black strip? Now you tell me, everyone, see this black strip. This black strip, this one. This black strip is of any use now in the banking nowadays? This black strip, this one. Is this black strip of any use now in your regular banking? Right? It is of no use, zero use now. It's gone now. It's gone. See here, earlier this black strip is called as magnetic strip. Magnetic. So this black strip was used earlier for swiping. Nowadays there is no swiping. Nowadays we have this one, isn't it? This chip. This chip. This chip is of very importance over here. This chip is of great importance nowadays. And nowadays we have these phonetic cards. This phonetic means this. Understand that your card properly. This is called as phonetic card. This phonetic. This you are having the sound base na? That is called as phonetic cards. So nowadays we have gone much advanced. So nowadays what happens? This identity theft has reduced a lot. Almost nil. Almost nil. Now it exists only in your books. Okay. Nowadays we have this cardless offers, isn't it? We don't have cards nowadays. Okay. We don't have physical cards at all nowadays. You see all your credit cards and debit cards. Debit cards are automatically transferred using your UPI, isn't it? Nowadays, how many of you use cards? Very rarely. Cards are used very rarely nowadays because you have UPI. Only in credit card they were using. Even credit cards have gone online now. Even credit cards have gone online, isn't it? Now you don't require credit card also. Only on this UPI. You can use your credit card also. You know, na? All your banks are having nowadays cardless transactions. Means credit card also, not only debit card, credit card also cardless. Okay? So that is known as identity theft. Identity theft means I'll swipe this card and clone it. Okay? So this cloning has been reduced now. It is there in your books for your exam. Otherwise, no use. Troubleshooting, how to change means suppose if you get a wrong credit score, then what will you do? The following steps may be taken for seeking clarification in the credit report. Contact the bank that declined a card or loan application on the basis of your poor credit score. So contact the bank that declined the card. Suppose if you give a loan application and bank says no, your CIBIL score is very less. Contact this bank who says your score is less. From them get the control number. The bank will provide you the control number of the credit report and also share the information on the credit report that is responsible for your poor credit score. So they'll provide a control number. From this control number you can get it everything. I'll show you. See this. This is a CIBIL report. Everyone check the name. See this. This is your CIBIL report. Okay, I'll show you the CIBIL report in details. See, this is the name of the company. Look at the name of the company. CIBIL is now CIBIL in association with Dun & Bradstreet and TransUnion. So these are three companies: CIBIL, DNB, and TransUnion. Okay. This will contain two types of data. One is static information. Static means what? Which will not change. Now control number. This is a control number. Look at this. 333. 9-digit number. Are you able to see this? See this control number. 333. 9-digit number. This is control number. Assigned each time a report is generated. Kindly note. See, our explanation is given over here. Control number means every time when I draw a report or when I generate a report, a new number is generated. Okay, so this control number is very important. Here you get all these customer numbers and all this Aadhaar card, all these details. Okay. Then personal details. This is known as static information. Static means which does not change. Okay. All this PAN number is there, voter ID number, passport number, Aadhaar number, all these numbers are there. Okay. So control number means that. Okay. So this control number will be provided by the company who has reduced or rejected your loan. Okay, take this control number and then using this control number, take this, okay, And then this control number is a 9-digit unique number that helps CIBIL to track individual's credit report. The control number is generated when the bank pulls out your credit report on the requirement basis. Whenever you generate a new credit report, a new control number is generated. Control number is a unique number which is generated every time any bank pulls out a credit report. Means every time you generate a report, a new control number is generated. New. Okay? Now CIBIL, history of CIBIL. CIBIL is a privately owned company which collects credit information from over all these 140 million. So privately owned company, kindly note. CIBIL is India's first credit information bureau. This credit information bureau was formed on the basis of recommendations of working committee constituted by. So CIBIL was constituted because of RBI's recommendations. Okay. So this CIBIL report will contain two types of data. One is static data, which does not change. Just now I showed you, name, address, PAN number, Aadhaar number, all these will not change. Second is dynamic data. This will change. Dynamic means what? How many loans have you taken? How many loans have you defaulted? Since last these many years, how many loans have been taken? Okay. So this is the data shown in the CIBIL report. Okay. So this is dynamic. Got it? This CIBIL company was promoted by SBI, HDFC, DNB, Dun & Bradstreet, Information Services India Private Limited and TransUnion. So now also you see the four names over here. HDFC you don't see, SBI also you don't see. You see this DNB, CIBIL and TransUnion. But this was mainly promoted by SBI and HDFC. Okay? It helps banks and financial institutions and other financiers to share the credit histories of retail and commercial customers. See here, retail and commercial both. Commercial means what? All the small MSME loans. Okay? The Bureau provides positive and negative information about the bank's borrowers, which empowers lenders in assessing the credit worthiness of the potential customers. Means it will give all the information. From here you will come to know whether to give the loan or not. Isn't it? Now look at this. Commercial and consumers. What do you mean by commercial and consumers? See this. Consumer Credit Bureau covers the credit taken by individuals. Means suppose if I take the loan, it will be under consumer CIBIL. While Commercial Credit Bureau will cover the credit taken by non-individuals. If it is taken by a company, now which company? Partnership firm, proprietary concern, private limited, public limited, all these companies. If they take the loan, then it will be provided under commercial, that is CIBIL. Commercial CIBIL. Okay? So there are two CIBILs, kindly remember, consumer and commercial. Okay? CIBIL shares the information on the basis of, and the concept is called as sharing. Sharing means what? See here, there are two words now. One is sharing, second is reciprocation. These two words are important now. Sharing and reciprocation. Sharing is easy. Sharing means what? You take the information and you share it with all the banks. Okay? You share it with all the banks. So that is easy. Okay? What is difficult is reciprocation. Now what do you mean by reciprocation? See this. In sharing, what do I do? Suppose I am CIBIL. Look at this figure over here. See, this is CIBIL. CIBIL is a company. CIBIL will get the data from all these, let's say PNB, HDFC, Muthoot Finance, any other NBFC, all these, kindly note, all these are the members of this CIBIL. Even NBFCs are the members. They have to be the members. So CIBIL will get the data and it will share it with any company. Let's say SBI asks for the details. So SBI will get the information from CIBIL. Only it should be the member. Okay, it should be the member of this. So all the banks, all the NBFCs have been made compulsorily to become the members of all the four companies. So this is known as sharing. Okay. So sharing means what? Civil shares relationship with the banks based on the concept of sharing. They collate the credit information from all the companies, finance companies, which are its members, and provide the report to the anyone who asks for it. Okay, anyone who asks, they'll provide the report. So this is known as sharing. But what is reciprocation? Reciprocation means civil works on the concept of reciprocation. इस माल दो, इस हाथ पैसा लो. Means both the things should be done. Only those banks which share the information will be given access to the credit reports. तुम मुझे खून दो तो ही मैं तुम्हें आजादी दूंगा. Right? I will give you the data only if you give me the data. If you don't give, I will not give. Right? Means like the Trump. Trump now what is he saying? You put tariff on me, I'll put tariff on you. So that is called as reciprocation. If you give me something, then only I'll give you something. Otherwise I won't give. So civil works on reciprocation. It's not that some bank will say, I will not give you your data, you give me your data. Then civil will say out. Like Zelensky, okay, Trump and Zelensky, you saw it na? 2-3 days back. There was a big fight in the President Trump's office, Oval Office. Same. Zelensky says, I will not give you my data, you give me your data. Okay? So, same logic. So, they work on reciprocation. CIBIL's primary job is to collect the data on the creditworthiness and prepare customer information report. See, collect the data and prepare the report. This report means what? Just now what I showed you. This report. This report is CIL, Customer Information Report. Okay? It will contain all the details of that customer. Okay? Monthly, on a monthly basis. All the data. Okay? Merits of credit scoring. Merits of credit scoring means you will be able to decide the price. If any customer is a safe customer, you will give him lower rate of interest and speed, faster. Right? Because of CIBIL, the loans have become very faster now. Now, one thing I'll tell you, in coming years, CIBIL is going to change. In coming years, CIBIL is going to change. Means what? CIBIL is change means nowadays we are working on account aggregator. This question might come to you in exam. Okay? Yeah, it is compulsory, Kaveshri. See here, kindly note everyone. Every bank, every agency, it is compulsory to give the data to all the four agencies. All the four. Okay? All the four. It's not only one. All the four are required. Okay? The fees also they have kept it very low. One time fees is I think so 5,000, 10,000 and every year they have 5,000. One time is 10,000 and every year they have 5,000 for all separate agencies. Okay. So every year your cost is only 20,000 for the bank. 20,000 for the bank is nothing, isn't it? So nowadays we are working on account aggregator. Now what is the difference between account aggregator? See this, CIBIL checks the details of the loan only loans. But account aggregator checks the details of loans as well as other things. What are the other things? It will check the details of your saving account, current account, insurance, electricity bill payment, all these things, your shopping habits, regular shopping, that is also checked by account aggregator. So nowadays we are moving towards account aggregator system. Kindly note, very important one. Okay? A high CIBIL score generally means dash probability of default. You tell me. A high CIBIL score means high probability, less, no relation, cannot say. So high CIBIL score means high probability of default or low probability of default. Correct? Less, low probability. Very good. A practice of checking CIBIL score personally is called as dash, and credit card issuing company checking is known as dash. So just now I gave you two types of inquiries are there. What is it? Soft, hard, good, bad, cold, hot. So answer is 1. Soft. Correct? Soft and hard. SH. Correct? SH. Soft and hard. Okay? A is the answer. If someone does not borrow, does not have a credit history, then no credit will be assigned to him. Score will be assigned to him. So you might find it easy to get the loan, you might find it difficult to get the loan, no effect, none of the above. Means what? This question is about if somebody is not having the loan at all, has not taken the loan any time. So in that case, what will happen? If that person comes to loan, then answer is B. Correct? Answer is B. That person will find it difficult to get the loan. Kindly note, that person will find it difficult to get the loan. Okay? So credit history is a must. It can be anything, even it can be a small loan also, but it is required. You get it now sometimes in your bank only. Check in your bank. You get the CIBIL score as -1. Have you seen this? -1 CIBIL score, -1. Minimum is 300. Then how come you are getting -1? -1 means what? This customer has not taken any loan up till now. Or, yeah, if this customer has not taken the loan, then it becomes difficult. Okay? Yeah. If we are customer not taken other things, yeah, you can do it. Definitely. See here, this CIBIL is just one way of giving the loan. See here, CIBIL is just one tool of giving the loan. Kindly understand, all of you. Even if some CIBIL score is -1, that customer has not taken any loan up till now in his life. So will you say that no loan for you? You will give the loan. Okay? So you can give the loan. Even if your CIBIL score is bad, then also you can give the loan. It's not that. Okay? Give the loan, but you give it the loan after checking many things. But if your CIBIL score is good, then it's very easy. So you can give the loan, Kaveshri. What is the minimum CIBIL score? 200, 300, 400, 500. Fast. Minimum. Minimum is 300. Next one. Maximum. Maximum is maximum 900. Correct. 900. What is a good CIBIL score? Good CIBIL score 700 to 800, 800 to 900, both B and C. Okay, both B and C. B and C, correct. For how many years does CIBIL keep a track of the defaulter? This is very important question. That's why I marked it in different color. For how many years CIBIL keeps a track of the defaulters? 7 years, 5 years, 3 years, 10 years from the date of the report. So the answer is 7 years. Kindly note. CIBIL keeps a track for 7 years. Kindly note, if this question is asked, very important one. CIBIL keeps a track of 7 years. Okay? Means what? What do you mean by 7 years? 7 is the answer. What do you mean by 7 years? This report gives you the data of last 7 years, whatever you have taken. Okay? Chalo, bye for today. Tomorrow another topic. Okay? Chalo, bye. Good night.